Hello subscribers, here is another review, and this time we will be taking a look at the Savage Strike Sauropelta from, of course, the Mattel Jurassic World Primal attack line. Now, I had to get this guy on eBay for about $17 because, my Target stores, they would not carry the Primal Attack Savage Strikes. And every time I were to find these new Savage Strikes in the stores, this guy will always be taken. And of course, instead of, my Target stores ordering more of these, they keep, ordering and restocking the same old shell-forming Dino Rival Savage Strikes, which weren't really good to begin with. But let's take a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, it's got, the awesome red, yellow, and orange colors right here. So let's go to the back. Got the same old stuff. So yeah, that's the packaging. Now let's take a look at the figure. Now, the promotional images for this toy, it kind of made it look cheap. Something like a Playskool or chap-made dinosaur. Well, at least this toy right here, it doesn't look as Playskool or chap-made-esque as the Soundstrike Cryolophosaurus. This figure actually looks a lot cooler in person. So, as you can see, the detailing, it's pretty good. As you can see, the armor plating, it looks very similar to, the back armor of modern-day crocodilians. See the head right there? Sauropelta was I think was a Nodosaurid, and I think Nodosaurid had, more slim skulls than, more well-known armored dinosaurs like Ankylosaurus. So this one has, more of a Jurassic World Ankylosaurus head rather than, the Nodosaurid head. So let me just bring out the Safari Sauropelta so you can get, a better idea of what the animal actually looked like. And at least Mattel got got the basic anatomy right. No club at the end of the tail, and then spikes going down the neck and to the shoulders. But yeah, see, as you can see, proportions wise, yeah, this one's kind of more cartoonish than this one. Well, actually, no, a lot more cartoonish than this one. So yeah, that's about it for the details. But other than that, it's decent for a small toy. Now let's talk about the paint job. I think the paint job is pretty cool. I like how the red contrasts with the stone gray. But, unfortunately, typical Mattel, they don't continue the striping all the way down the tail, which is pretty lazy. But see, the spikes are more of, a bone white color. Then, of course, you got yellow eyes with the black pupil. And I like how it's, is a neutral expression eye. They don't have, those pretty bad, cartoonish, angry-looking eyes that the Sarcosuchus had. So yeah, that's about it for the paint job. Now let's talk about the articulation. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points for articulation. Well, 7 if you want to count, the tail activate articulation for, the gimmick, which I'll get into right now. So, all you do is just, you hold the figure by the rear, and then you move his tail. It's kind of an odd action feature. Like, I don't know how an ankylosaur like Sauropelta is supposed to defend itself from predators like this. Maybe it's supposed to, run at a carnivore, then slide his spikes into the attacker. And it's kind of an odd action feature, but I can't really see what else they could do for this species. Time for a few quick comparisons. So here we have the Savage Strike Velociraptor Charlie and the Attack Pack Colovosaurus. And this Sauropelta is pretty compatible with these two, especially the Colovosaurus. Next, let's bring in my personal favorite Soundstrike figure so far, the Soundstrike Majungasaurus, and let's also bring in the Soundstrike Irritator. Now, I think the Sauropelta, it seems to be more compatible with the Irritator than the Majungasaurus, due to both of them, having somewhat odd proportions and, somewhat cartoonish sculpt. So those are the Soundstrike figures. Last Mattel figure, let's just bring in the Massive Biter Sarcosuchus. As you can see, this Sarcosuchus is huge, and has a lot more detailing than the Sauropelta. So, last comparison, as we always do on this channel, let's compare the reviewed figure next to the Collecte Mini Zafactinus. So, this is my review for this Sauropelta figure, And I have to say it's an alright figure. It's not really my favorite, cause some proportion issues, like, the tail seems relatively small, and I really don't see the point of giving this toy, oversized hands and feet if it's in a quadrupedal position. And the action feature really isn't my favorite. Like, I know there really isn't much you could do with this particular dinosaur species, but I don't. And also, I don't like these type of action features because you can see how big the upper body is, and then, it kind of gets, substantially smaller around, the rear area. Like, it's not terrible, though. This is far from the worst. It's certainly better than the Ankylosaurus, which, in my opinion, is the worst Primal Attack figure so far. So, if I had to give this figure a rating, probably gonna have to give him probably a 6 to 6.5 out of 10. So, yeah, if you want this guy, you can find him at Target, even though these Primal Attack Savage Strikes, the Wave one, is already hard enough to find in stores, let alone, the other Savage Strike figures like the Postosuchus and Scutosaurus. So, like I said, 6.5 out of 10 for this figure. So, if you guys like this review, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.